Uh, Welcome, Soham.
Good evening,
Uh,
ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Soham is done his schooling from APS Cholakua. He is an electrical and electronics engineer. He is presently working as a research and development engineer at Luminous Power Technology, Gurgaon. He is a pianist and an electronic music composer. Soham is also a member of a band named Kafir. So, Soham, please.
Yeah,
Uh,
so Shubham, you have to now tell us about your journey and why you decided not taking up biology and why you wanted to become an engineer and in spite of all the persuasion from your dad that okay le lo biology le lo and all. So you have to tell us all that. Yeah.
okay, guys. First of all, hey. So finally, I'm the only non-biology guy on this panel today. Actually, other than Nehal, Nehal is also non-biology. But anyway, so okay, the reason why I did not take up biology, because I have got a terrible memory, and Anurag and all the other biology people, they can attest that if you have terrible memory, you cannot make up names on the spot. You cannot make up a chemical for medicine on the spot, right? But the best part about engineering, about physics, and all these subjects is that if you remember the concept, you can find your way back. So I'm a more applied kind of a guy. So if I can understand why something works, I will remember it. But if somebody just asks me to remember something for the sake of remembering, I am terrible at that. So that is the reason why I left biology. My father is into dentistry, so it would have been a pretty easy transition for me to get into dentistry as well. But I simply do not have the mental makeup for that. Anyway, so class 11th, 12th, I took PCM with economics. It really does not matter what you take up as your fourth subject. What matters is just going through with your PCM. Now, it broadened my understanding of how the entire manufacturing section and how the entire supply and demand theory works. So that broadened my idea, but at the same point of time, it also pushed me back in terms of programming experience. Now, in college, if you talk about first year, okay, so I got through IP University. I did my bachelor's in technology from IP University's Maharaja Surajmal Institute of Technology. Um, so I got through it. IP University has got their own entrance exams. Now for JEE mains and JEE advanced, you have to go through some amount of coaching. Now, the main thing about any coaching is that you have to come back home and understand why you're doing something. Because if you do not understand the why section, uh, everything gets cleared. So, just because you're going to coaching, just because you're going to extra classes, doesn't mean that you're actually learning what is going on. So, I'll give you an example. Say for example the topic of differential calculus, right? So differential equations, if you study that in class, it is you will not really understand the application for it. Nobody will tell you where is it used. They will just tell you this is how you solve something, but that is not going to help you understand the topic. At least that's how I work. So you have to go online, you have to search what is the application of whatever you're studying. If you do not understand the application, you cannot merge different ideas together. Like if somebody would tell you that okay, differential equations is literally the language of the entire universe, using that you can simulate literally the entire universe, right from how a car's suspension moves when you hit the brake, to how satellites are launched into space, to how transformers and electrical systems work. So now, with this context, you can understand all the equations and get some intuitive understanding of what's going on. So, whatever you study, you go for a coaching course, you don't go for a coaching course. Now, NCRT is not enough for your entrance. So you will have to study extra books. And if you do not understand something, please Google it. You have to take the self initiative to understand what's going on, because nobody can really, they can stuff information into your head, but that information gets lost right after the exam. So what you have to do is you have to understand why are you studying something. So yeah, now let's say you are done with your JEE mains, you're done with your JEE advanced, you're done with your plethora of other engineering entrance exams. So there are several ones. The one that one of the final thing that I went through was IPU University's entrance exam, GGS IPU. So I got through that. I got through into Triple E. Now, first and foremost thing for everybody, irrespective of the kind of course that you go for in engineering, you need to learn programming. You cannot run away from it. You might think that, okay, no, I'm a mechanical guy, I'm an electrical guy, I am a chemical guy. You need engineer, you need programming, because at the end of the day, no matter whatever you're doing, you need programming to simulate it. You need programming to control whatever you're doing, and you also need programming to just make your own life a lot easier, because you can automate a lot of things. So the thing about engineering is that when you go into the job market, anybody can go into any uh, anybody can go into any particular job based on their skill set. The degree does, like, your branch does not matter too much. Your skill set matters. Say for example, a lot of my classmates, they went from studying electrical engineering to becoming programmers. You can make that shift if you have got the correct skill set. Now, a few things that when you get into engineering college that you have to keep in mind. Number one, your grades matter. People might tell you that, okay, just number mil jayenge and you're good with that. Nope. Your grades matter, because you will not be allowed to sit in several interviews unless you have at least some basic cutoff marks. Plus, you will have to explain why particular semester me you got less amount of marks to your to the people, to basically the interview takers, right? So your grades matter, and once you get into your own core fields, you have to go home and study. If you do not study, if you do not have that same burning passion and that burning curiosity in you, you will not make a good engineer. Now, there is one fact that only 5% of all graduates, engineering graduates in India, only 5% are employable. Rest of them, they do not have the skills to even be employed. So that does not mean that those guys don't get jobs, but it's that it's much more difficult for them, and it is a much more bigger slog for them. Now, one more thing to keep in mind, that the college that you're getting into, that matters as well, because that basically decides what kind of companies will be coming into your college. Now, few things that you have to keep in mind is, okay, even if you do not get into a very good college, you can do great. Um, but that means that you also have to go out of your way, you have to go out of your academics, and you have to apply whatever you're studying. Um, so, how do you improve your skills, or like how do you know what you like? Uh, because your books will not teach you how to actually make a circuit. For several people, the first time they actually made a project was in fourth year. That is when we actually have to make our own projects. Fourth year, mein people are going and making the first project. So that is not a very good idea. So if you want to really become a good engineer, irrespective of whatever field you're in, you need to do courses, you need to do projects right from first year, and you have to enjoy that. You have to always look at everything with a particular amount of curiosity, and if you do not have that curiosity, it is very difficult to love your subjects. If you do not love your subjects, it's very difficult. Other than that, okay, so how do you figure out what do you love? You figure it out by doing. What do I mean by that? Go to edX, go to Coursera, go to MIT OpenCourseWare, go to any online learning platform, pick up any topic, learn it, apply it, do a couple of projects in it, and that will basically tell you if you actually like it or not. Because there are several people who will say machine learning is a very booming subject. Like people are getting a lot of jobs in that. I should learn that. No, my friend, you need a lot of math to learn that. A lot of math, a lot of understanding of calculus, uh, discrete mathematics, and a lot of other stuff, statistics. It is not so. Before saying that, okay, I love XYZ subject, please do it yourself. Uh, do a course on it. Try to make projects on it. So that will give you a better understanding of what you want. Now,
Okay, Soham, sorry to interrupt you. Soham, we had some questions about some robotics and technology and all. So,
yes.
Upasana, is Abir around? Is he around? Yeah, we had some questions about robotics and technology and all. So,
Okay.
if he's around.
Yeah, so I had a question that
Okay.
is there I can choose any field that that doesn't contain maths or less maths in computers or robotics something.
Absolutely not.
Medicine.
Look, my friend, the thing is, if you're doing engineering, you cannot run away from math, you cannot run away from programming, and you cannot run away from, especially if you're doing robotics. Now, in robotics, the basis of robotics is twofold: machine learning and control theory. Machine learning is you need very strong understanding of discrete mathematics, calculus, and statistics. While in control theory, again, you need very good understanding of differential equations, then transformations within those. So there is no running away from math.
Okay.
So I don't want to discourage you, but like the basic theory is you're gonna run away from math, so you might as well start enjoying it.
Yeah, that's what even Sarah just mentioned, that you cannot run away from maths. You cannot leave maths.
Okay, like if you've actually taken up science, math will not leave you. I have tried
That's
for
true.
5 years. I could not run. Even like if you're talking about biology, it's such a vast field. But right now, a lot of research that is going on is in the field of bioinformatics and biostatistics, which is again mathematics. You cannot run from it, my friend.
Very important.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I request everybody to please share their emails with me. Most of you have my number.
Yes.
And you can, Manisha, you can share your email with Upasana. So in case, anyone wishes to mail or ask you something, some more information, so that,
Yes.
we can help them. Okay. And anyone else would like to say something?
One thing
Yes.
I want.
Yes, Anurag.
Oh, ma'am. So, like, yeah, math was mentioned multiple times in science, and I tried to run away from it very unsuccessfully, I might add, because I came to
Yeah.
11th physics. I learned it like Sanskrit. I literally learned it by rote, and I suffered so much. I just did differential calculus and integration in 12th. I just learned it because it would make life easier. So yeah, math you can't run away from. Math is an integral part of science. Even in medicine,
Right.
all of physiology, all of anatomy, and all of like even biochemistry, a lot of it is math. It's literally 1+1 is 2. So don't think you can run away from it. But medicine may come maths, no doubt, sir.
Hey, फिर भी.
Hey.
One point, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, Anubhav. Yes, better, please.
Just one remark, closing remark from my side is that whatever profession you choose, whatever you do, if you're passionate about it, it is more important to be a good human being. I think if you are a good son to your parents, if you're a good daughter, and if you're a good brother, And if you're a good student to your teachers, it can take you a long way in life. Okay. Like I remember ma'am and so all of us were in school together, and now she was also my commanding officer's wife. And so take blessings of your elders and especially your teachers. It'll take you a long way in life. That's all. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, everyone. Nehal, any message, anything you would like to give us?
Ma'am, first of all, I would like to thank you in the beginning for including me in
I
this
have to
meeting.
thank you all. My God, you people have really kind of been so kind, yeah.
No, ma'am, I think it was our pleasure and privilege to be of help to you, our teacher. And I would just like to add in this thing in my profession, one has to be ready to be traveling almost every single day. You have to wake up at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, even 1 o'clock in the night, and you have to go to the airport, you have to prepare and everything. And you just can't have a normal routine in my profession. That's what I wanted to just share. So if anyone wants to enter into aviation, then they should be mentally prepared to handle this.
So end of the day, nothing is easy.
Yes.
Everything is
And
hard
like
work.
it does become
Absolute
easier
hard
if you
work.
like it.
Amen.
So
It
absolutely.
becomes a lot easier if you like it.
Yeah, I mean, like you're studying 24/7, but if you like what you're studying, it really doesn't matter.
You'll pull through it. You'll
Yeah,
pull
yeah,
through it basically.
absolutely.
And then there are these
Actually, that is there.
aliens that just you have been stuck at something for a very long time, and then suddenly it just clicks, and then you just feel like, whoa, I actually understood that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
How do I take a selfie with all of you? Yeah, I really don't know. I'm going to try it.
If you're on
You
your
can take a
laptop, ma'am, you can take a
screenshot.
screenshot.
Okay. कैसे लेते हैं बताओ?
There must be a
Windows
print
plus
screen.
print screen.
Next room.
Yeah, Soham, please come and help. I'll kill you otherwise. Yeah.
Also, like मेरे को पता है स्कूल में कई बार
Just take a
teachers
screenshot.
they
But then
you'll
you're
be
not
very
working.
lucky if you get a good math teacher in school. If not, there's always YouTube.
Screenshot button is over here.
Print screen, na?
Print screen, yeah.
So you also come and take.
Okay.
One more. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Monisha,
much,
thank
ma'am.
you so much. Upasana, thanks a ton. Anubhav, thank you.
So nice.
Soham, thank you. Sara, thank you.
From so many
Anurag, all the
professions.
best. Thank you so much. Nehal Beta, thank you so much.
Thank you
Love
so
you
much,
all.
ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Thank you.
It's so nice to meet
Bye.
everybody.
Yes.
Bye.
Hey, ma'am.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much, ma'am.